What's good, YouTube? Yo, do you hate microtransactions as much as I do? Yeah? Well, we're gonna watch a video about microtransactions and how it ruined gaming. Alright? The channel Sunny D, or Sunny V2, I mean, not Sunny D, that's the drink, made a video about how microtransactions destroyed a beloved franchise such as Plants vs. Zombies. Oh boy. Can't wait. Was my childhood game, liked the game a lot, so let's see what's up.
Plants vs. Zombies 1 was truly video game perfection. Reviewers couldn't find even one thing wrong with its simple, addictive gameplay. Compare this to the recent Plants vs. Zombies 3, which people have called a
Wait, they made a third one? I didn't even know they made a second one.
game that straight up comes from a garbage can.
Damn.
In which watching 30-second ads for double coin rewards is more fun than the game itself.
Yeah.
Let's explore how Plants vs. Zombies eventually lost its way from an amazing tower defense game fall into the extremely predatory mobile game landscape.
Yeah, but that's I think just the issue with like mobile games and free-to-play games, because nowadays, like monetarily, making a free-to-play game is way more profitable than making a paid game.
Firstly, what made the original so damn good? At a price of just $2.99 in the App Store, with no ads or extra in-game purchases, Plants vs. Zombies 1 was simply amazing value. The easy first level gets players addicted immediately.
In just one level, the game already indoctrinates you into its gameplay cycle flawlessly, and in a fun way.
With one 5-star review writing, I won't say that. Also,
this is the same era where Angry Bird was thriving. You know, so I do have to like make this perspective, because the mobile gaming sphere was not as great as it right now. Like there's a lot of good mobile games nowadays that that would blow this game out of the water, let's be honest.
The game is a cakewalk, but it isn't particularly challenging either. Still, the game offers enough mental stimulation that I never once grew bored. This is due to the game's incredible variety, offering loads of different plants, zombies, and music, with comments stating the soundtrack alone is enough to make you want the game. This makes it so entrancing that people can play for hours, which led to crazy commercial success. In addition to almost perfect professional reviews, Plants vs. Zombies became the highest rated App Store product, having sold more than 300,000 copies in its first 9 days available, a new App Store launch record. Developers expanded the game to 13 other platforms, creating so much success for PopCap Games that'd be bought by EA for $650 million.
That's where it went wrong. That's where it went wrong. EA ruined the game. What a surprise. Just like every game they put out, they ruin it.
Yep, EA. The company was such an extreme reputation for greed, there's an entire Wikipedia page dedicated to criticism of the company. People have called their use of microtransactions a plague, which sadly began to infect Plants vs. Zombies. Because on the 15th of August 2013, Plants vs. Zombies 2 came out, with one key difference compared to the first.
PopCap found a way to cram this game with as many in-app purchases and microtransactions as humanly possible, to the point where it's too much of a hindrance for me to actually enjoy the game.
Plants vs. Zombies 2 features microtransactions. Unlike in the previous entries to the series, new plants can be purchased with real money, as well as upgrades and coins.
Of course.
These items can also be bought in bundles to save some money. Certain plants could only be accessed using cold hard cash.
Yeah, that's terrible. Oh man, yep. Locking features or characters behind paid gates, I guess. Pay gates. Yeah.
And while coins could be naturally earned in-game, you could pay up to $52 to instantly unlock them. The Pirate Seas and Wild West levels can also be unlocked without earning all of the required stars. They cost $5.49 each to instantly access.
I mean, if you are willing to spend on a free-to-play game $5.50 to unlock everything in the game, because you don't want to play the whole game, or you don't want to don't want to bother perfecting the game with all the stars. I can get that. You know, it's a free-to-play game. If you like it, but you're just not very good at it, and you are not willing to become very hardcore and making every single beating every single world with all stars, I can understand if you wanna put in a couple bucks to access everything without being forced to repeat playing levels that you probably don't want to. I can understand. That's not a bad purchase. I don't think that's a bad thing.
More controversial for whatever reason was the game's new art style. People argued that every single character looked to be designed by a totally different person, each of whom had their own way of drawing. There's full videos dedicated to the poorly designed plants, with the excessive discussion about this flaw being a meme within the community. This was because they'd hired a whole new team of designers, and under suspicious circumstances fired George Fan, who designed PvZ1 all by himself.
You know why I think he got fired? I think he wanted to be the lead director, the lead art director, and EA didn't want that for some reason. I can see EA being stupid and not wanting that. So they fired him. Yeah, I think that's why.
Well, an article later confirmed EA fired Plants vs. Zombies creator for refusing microtransactions in sequel.
Oh, he rejected their business strategy. Yeah, I'll do it. They'll do it.
Explaining that George had lost his job as he didn't agree with the pay-to-win model. He'd partially confirmed this by tweeting, regarding recent rumors, it is true I was laid off by EA/PopCap, and also true that I was against making PvZ2 a freemium game. That's all I'll say on the matter for now.
Huge. That's some big balls putting that out there.
Sure do miss paying for a game once and unlocking cool things by actually, you know, playing that game.
Yep.
You and me both, man. These elements led to videos claiming Plants vs. Zombies 1 is better than Plants vs. Zombies 2.
Oh, I bet it is.
Not to say that the second game was awful. It featured so many different plants it's hard to even count them, and offered 312 levels compared to just 50 in PvZ1. These PvZ2 levels were each set at varying levels of difficulty, better serving a wider range of players. The second game therefore also received amazing feedback, with critics stating the game is just as enjoyable without spending a dime, and that you'll only need to pay if you're exceptionally impatient or just not very good at these kind of games.
Okay, so the free-to-play experience isn't terrible then.
The microtransaction model also meant the game was totally free, leading to 25 million downloads in the first 2 weeks, more than PvZ1 had achieved in 4 years. In fact, according to Hey I'm Jay, for every dollar the original was making, PvZ2 made 26,000. They'd therefore make the original free for every player, although this meant people would be paying with their time.
It's free now, which naturally means that the game absolutely bombards you with ads. God, I love mobile games. There are ads before and after levels now, and even during.
This is why we pirate mobile games. This is why.
The game tries to distract you as much as possible to watch a video for an extra item.
Before every level,
That's
you have
crazy.
to watch an unskippable ad, then sit there prompted to download what you watched. At the end of every level, you're forced to briefly play a different mobile game, with the hope that you'll download it later. Items can be earned by watching further ads, which are even served to those who initially paid for the game. You could say it's even more annoying than the microtransaction model, which was earning so much money for PvZ2 that start to build Plants vs. Zombies 3. In the meantime, developers took a detour and put out Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. This third-person shooter was certainly different, but extremely well received, achieving consistent reviews of 7 out of 10 or
I've never heard of this game.
higher. Garden Warfare was surprisingly amazing. I remember spending definitely over 500 hours grinding it as a kid. They'd therefore released Garden Warfare 2, which was even more successful than the first, confirming the third-person shooter style was perfect for the series. So when they announced what was basically Garden Warfare 3, developers likely expected another successful title. It was called Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville, which featured an epic trailer in 2019, gaining over 15 million views from super excited fans. But with people eventually stating,
"This whole trailer was fantastic and I love it. Too bad I love the trailer more than the game."
The game was a total flop. Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville is one of the worst games you've never heard of.
Damn.
Extensive posts like this called it a complete and utter disaster in almost every way, and one of, if not the worst multiplayer game I have played in 2019. It referenced problems such as bugs and graphical errors, textures and map design are absolutely horrible, whilst the characters all control awfully and feel very unenergetic since the sound design is absolutely garbage. Then of course there were the microtransactions.
These need to be unlocked, and the way you unlock these characters is through a specific challenge called giving EA $30. But the game
Damn. That's a tough challenge, man.
costs $30 to buy, and you expect players to spend that twice in order to play the new characters?
As mentioned, the game already cost $40, but demanded an extra $30 to unlock every character, which could be unlocked by grinding the game, but would take about 3 months to earn one costume.
Damn, that's like the League of Legends strategy, man.
Players therefore dismissed the game completely, writing, "As a player who played the 2 previous games of this one, I can say that this game is a joke on the Plants vs. Zombies franchise. Bad graphics, boring gameplay, boring characters. Compared to Garden Warfare 1 and 2, this game is very bad." They'd therefore stop updating it after only 11 months, leading to comments like, "It is so sad how fast this game died. If it had a little more time to develop and didn't have microtransactions, then it would have never disappeared."
If it didn't have microtransactions, it would have disappeared eventually because the game wouldn't continuously keep making money so it can get supported by them. You know, because having an online game or an online PvP game, you need servers and that to run it on, and those things cost money. So if you don't have a constant influx of money coming in to support keeping the game alive, it's gonna die eventually. And microtransactions are not a bad thing per se, but it's more of how you do it, and the fact that this game costs money with microtransactions is also very awful in my opinion. I think a game that costs money should not have any microtransactions whatsoever. I think DLCs are okay. I think that you can ask a small portion or a small price for like DLC, maybe, right? But having a paid game with microtransactions is just not going to be accepted by a majority of people.
But apparently the franchise didn't learn their lesson, as during that very same year, Plants vs. Zombies 3 was nearing completion. That had 7 full years since PvZ 2, setting high expectations for PvZ 3. However, when the first...
What? Nah, is this the game? Or is this a Temu game?
bit of gameplay was posted to YouTube, people instantly disliked it. PvZ1, skill. PvZ2, wallet. PvZ3 won't download it. Why?
Nice.
For starters, the game was now in portrait, which to be honest was probably more convenient, but at the same time it looked extremely weird. The lawn is literally horizontal. Why? Why is the display vertical? The game had also gone from 2D to 3D and had another change in art style, prompting memes such as this. It
Yeah.
is evolving just backwards. The new pea shooter model looked absolutely awful,
Yeah.
which sadly couldn't be upgraded through
Buy upgraded graphics for $50.99. Oh boy.
microtransactions, with videos like Plants vs Zombies 3 is mechanically broken, gaining over 2 million views. PvZ3 was taken off the App Store. They'd re-release it 1 year later, to which people said compared to the alpha this looks great. However, again it still wasn't good enough. This happened again in 2022, then again in 2024, receiving the same feedback at every single point. The game was simply boring.
There is just nothing to do in this game, man, besides grind the stupid main quest that just sucks. 90 something levels of doing this.
It still looks awful. The art is...
Same thing over and over and over is so boring.
It looks way cheaper now. Like, yeah, you have more, like, you have quicker animations, right? It's more fluid, but the game is like, it looks cheaper, you know?
I've just spent 3 hours playing the 4th beta of PvZ3, and I gotta say, how does EA get away with this? The game is 10,000% dumbed down, no more collecting plants, no more input on plant choosing, sun is now worth 1 and plants cost 1 to 5 plus, animations feel capped at 10 FPS, gameplay feels unfun. Others complained it just had a scummy feeling.
Right out of the gate, it seems to just have that manipulative mobile game feel about it. You know that feeling.
Yeah.
Everything about this game feels off. It's like I'm watching an App Store ripoff of PvZ.
Yeah, that's what I said, bro. Like, it's a Temu fucking game.
As a result, it's still in development 5 years after its first alpha launch.
Oh, that's hilarious. It just keeps releasing every single year, like Skyrim, bro. Alright, well, that was the video. Yeah. Never... how do you say this? My brain is not functioning right now. Hold on. Never not expect EA to ruin every single game they put out. Because they will always surprise you on how terrible they're gonna make the game because of their greedy business practices. So yeah, anyway, let me know what you thought about the video, about my reaction. Leave a like, subscribe. That's about it. Take care.